My name's Aja, and I'm in a blackout, one of the worst ever for Indiana, and we're going on about a motherfucking week. So come get ready with me as I go in my house, load my fucking pew-pew because people are robbing people for generators, and put new batteries in my flashlight as we navigate the fucking apocalypse. This is my dog Carter, by the way. As you can see, little and not able to bite a fucking thing. All right, for starters, we got the Walmart special. I went and bought 3 lanterns that all take batteries, and they come with batteries, so I don't have to buy any more, but I do have extra because I don't trust myself with candles, and it is pitch black dark. How dark, one might ask? Well, let me show you. This is how dark it is, and I'm in my car. Notable haul number 2. I have a battery set that I've already opened because I'm terrified to go in my house. But unfortunately, this is what we have to do because I no longer can afford to keep staying in hotels. And I also have no signal, so that's great. Now, before I go outside of my car to make sure my fucking doors are locked, because again, people are breaking into cars, houses, and stealing whatever they can get their fucking hands on, I'm going to make sure I have batteries in my flashlight. Now, one thing that I want to make abundantly clear... Yeah, I need to hurry up. One thing I want to make abundantly clear is the longer you stay your monkey ass in the car, the more chance you have of somebody running up and pistol whipping you. So you gotta hurry the fuck up. Oh my God, I didn't put the batteries in, right? We've got action. So my next step is going to be grab everything I can, get in the fucking house, and then get the batteries in my lantern using, why is this flashing? Using just this and my little one here, and then I'm gonna call y'all back.
So I'm coming out here to make this video because TikTok has now taken my video down. Here's a screenshot. Has now taken my video down and is not letting me express what is happening in Indiana. We are currently going through a blackout. Indiana is going through a blackout due to a tornado type of storm that happened, I want to say, on the 11th. It is currently day 8, no power. For the ones that was asking in the comments of this video, that is what happened. Indiana had a severe storm. We're currently in a blackout, and we are trying to figure out what is taking NIPSCO, because that hits who our service people are out here at NIPSCO. We are trying to figure out what is taking them so long to provide us back power. Again, I'm not sure why TikTok took this video down, but that is what is happening. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm going to try to reply to as many as I can. Again, I'm not sure if they took it down because it was a GoFundMe link to it, but it's other people doing the same thing. It's other people making videos about this, and I'm not sure if they're flagging their videos too, but everybody needs to be sharing. Everybody needs to be getting the word out. Everybody needs to be saying something, because why the fuck is nobody doing something fast enough? It is families, it is children, it is people without power still to this very second. And TikTok is worried about a video instead of trying to push that video out so that it can get more traction.
Show me is that social media, when I say us, influencers ain't really having a kind of impact that we think we having, and communicating with each other through social media to get messages out, to get news out in emergency situations. It's just not reliable. That's what this situation is teaching me. And I do have, some supplies and communication devices in case, the grid goes down, or, social media platforms get silenced. But this is really eye-opening, and man, it's just a horrible situation from what I've been able to hear of what's happening in Indiana, in Gary, let me be specific.
Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with my lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work. in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video will be edifying and to the point. All right, and Shalaki, if you brothers hear any background noise, all right, I am in transit. Okay, and I'm entitled this lesson, all right, darkness. All right, darkness. All right, and this lesson, all right, is basically inspired by, all right, these events that's happening, all right, in Indiana. All right, these events that happen in Indiana, all right, with these blackouts. Okay, and basically, all right, 67% of the population out there, all right, is without power. All right, 68%, all right, of the population is without power, and it is day 8. All right, day 8 without power. All right, and you know, this darkness that's basically hitting Indianapolis, all right, is basically gonna be a worldwide thing. All right, it's gonna be a global event. All right, and it's gonna happen, all right, very, very, very soon. All right, there's a few articles that came out. I haven't grabbed them, but this year, I remember going into this topic maybe about a month and a half ago. All right, going into the darkness, and they were speaking about how, all right, how America's power grid, all right, is basically very fragile. All right, and I believe I mentioned this in my one of the last videos that I talked about this, was that out here in Louisiana, okay, we had a hurricane that came through, and it didn't necessarily hit us directly. All right, and I'm speaking about the eye of the hurricane. It didn't necessarily hit us directly. All right, but it hit us enough. All right, or should I say, the storm was strong enough to where the part of the storm that did hit us, we were out power. All right, and we were out power for about 7 days, 7 days. So yeah, I know how those people are, but the thing about it is, all right, it's not on a bigger scale like they are. All right, mine was just one little city. I could drive out, you know what, 5 or 3 miles, all right, away to the next city, you know, get some gas or whatnot. This is affecting, you know, miles. All right, people gotta drive way out the way to be able to you know, get gas and get different resources, and they saying it's not even worth it, man. It's not worth, you know, driving out of the way to go be getting some gas, all right, and having to stand in the line, all right, as long as 3 to 4 hours, man. You know, so those people are going through a hellish situation. You know, and I don't want to be too long-winded. All right, I just wanted to kind of get some context, all right, you know, about the situation. And I will be installing, all right, some videos, all right, in the beginning of this clip, all right, of the things that are going on there. But, you know, nevertheless, let's get some scriptures real quick. This is Isaiah 29:6, and it says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes and great noise, with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire." All right, so the Lord said he's going to visit the earth by earthquakes, all right, by tempest, all right, by storm, all right, and flames of devouring fire. And is that not happening throughout the earth right now? Yes, it is. Okay, we seeing earthquakes in diverse places. All right, these earthquakes hitting all over the place, man. All right, thousands of earthquakes hitting in all kind of different places, all right, all over the globe. All right, you know, there's different apps that you can actually download, all right, where you know, they pick up these different earthquakes on the Richter scale, all right, where they hit at, some in different parts of the United States, all right, and other parts of the world. All right, so these things are definitely happen. All right, tempests, all right, these different storms, all right, whether it be hurricanes, all right, we are in hurricane season. All right, well, should I say hurricane season is approaching, all right, or I should say we in the midst, I think we're in mid hurricane season at this point. Yeah, we towards the middle to the end of hurricane season. We haven't seen anything quite yet, okay, on this end, all right, but you know, you have other storms like tornadoes, all right, thunderstorms, okay, and other things of that sort, man. All right, and these things are going to touch, all right, you know, different parts of the United States and as well as other parts of the earth, man. All right, and as we get closer and closer, all right, to the day of the Lord, all right, these things are going to intensify. And especially, all right, when Yahweh Shemi Yahushai seal up this word, okay, the Lord is going to unleash, all right, those angels, man, all right, and the scriptures say that, man, all right, this word shall go out, all right, and then the end shall come, all right. Once the elect are sealed, that's whenever these different things are going to really start to intensify. So these things that we see that's happening out there in Indiana, all right, these are just foreshadowings, all right, of major events to come, all right. You have certain people talking about, all right, how people are, you know, going in different areas, all right, to, you know, they robbing people, all right, of resources. They stealing generators. They stealing food. All right, it's not safe to be out at nighttime. All right, the list goes on, and these things are going to intensify. This is Yahweh Bashimi Yahushai, all right, pouring his spirit out, all right, on these people to do everything that they're doing, man. All right, the Lord is using these angels to work on the minds of these people. All right, so let me grab this real quick. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. And it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? You see? So, shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? All right, that's what you see happening, all right? That's why you see evil in the city. That's why you see these evil times that are increasing. That's why you always see in the news, all right, of all these different events that be going on between mother and daughter and son, and, you know, husband and wife, all right, up in themselves and up in their family, and, you know, shootouts and disputes and division. All right, it's because the Lord is making these things happen. All right, let's go here. This is Matthew 24:6, and it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. All right, so yeah. Okay, and that's what you basically see, all right, a lack of food. All right, they're running out of gas, even though they're saying, like, you know, these different trucks are coming to restock or whatnot. All right. Certain places are saying that they are running out of gas. So, you know, they're trying to damage control, man. All right, they just trying to use damage control. In actuality, a lot going on, man. And I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, certain girls not getting raped, grabbed up, snatched, you know, and whatever else. All right, when the lights come on, I guess we'll find out, you know. But these are the things that's happening, man. All right. Now, something that the apostle always saying and always referring to is, all right, is I think his name is George Salente. All right, and the quote that he's famous for is where it says that when people have nothing else to lose, all right, they pretty much lose it. All right, which is very much true. All right, when people have nothing to lose, they lose it. All right, when it's gonna come down to, all right, your family and his family, all right, you best believe that he's gonna be willing to take that chance. All right, he's gonna be willing to take that chance, all right, to sacrifice whatever it is that he needs to sacrifice in order to feed his family, whether it be medicine, all right, whether it be resources like food, or whatever the case may be. Okay, he gonna do it. All right, she gonna do it. They're gonna be a whole bunch of setups. All right, when this society really fully 100% collapse, all right, they're gonna be a whole bunch of setups, man, a whole bunch of traps, and a lot of people that are so-called nice, which really means to be a fool, all right, or stupid, all right, they're gonna fall for the okie doke. All right, they're gonna be caught up in the mess. All right, and that's why we always say that, you know, you simps out there, a lot of them simps, all right, they be sipping over women and different things like that. All right, when it comes down to that time, all right, when it comes down to that time, all right, they're gonna be taken by the wave. All right, many of them are gonna be taken by the wave. All right. So yeah, man, you can only imagine. You can only imagine how bad it's gonna be out here, man. All right. The Road is a great movie. We always refer to that. The Survivalist, that's another great movie that you can watch, because it shows how women are gonna be basically a commodity. All right, they're gonna just basically gonna be giving up the box, all right, for protection and food and different things. All right, what else? World War Z, all right, the beginning of that movie. All right, The Walking Dead, that's a good show. Okay, another good show is it's called what is it called? It was on the tip of my tongue, man. Damn, the thought escapes me, man. Oh, man. It's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think about it, but it's really good. All right. But now, The Colony. The Colony. Oh, man, that's a beautiful show, Akim. Beautiful, beautiful show. If you can find it, I advise you to watch it, okay? The Colony. All right. But yeah, The Colony, that's a great show to watch. All right, it's a TV show, it's not a movie, because you got a movie one that's called The Colony, but it's a TV show. All right, and it takes place, all right, in New Orleans. All right, and you know, they basically show how people, like, when there's no power, there's no resources, how, you know, people, you know, basically be banding together. All right, and you know, people try to build these militias and these different groups, and how, like, if you know, have your little fort or your house or whatever, people, you know, kick in, try to break in to steal your resources. That's how it's gonna be. You know, that's how it's going to be in these days, man. It's going to be really, really tragic. It's going to be really, really bad. All right, so, you know, this is just the things to come, man. It's going to be real bad. And again, this is just the beginning. All right, this is just the beginning of these things. All right, let's get this real quick. And this is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and 31. 2nd Ezra 13 and 31, and it says, and one shall undertake to fight another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. All right, so you're going to have city against city. All right, state against state. All right, when you watch that movie called, what was it, Civil War? All right, you had that, I guess that guy, he was a military dude. All right, and he was asking this Chinese guy, you know, where you're from, you know. He's asking, yeah, he's like, where you from? Where you from? Like, he was asking questions. And one guy, he said, I'm from so-and-so, and just put a bullet right between his eyes, man. You know, so these are the things that are going to be happening, man. These are the things that are coming, all right, to Babylon the Great, man. Division, all right? In a world that's already divided, all right, how much more, all right, when there's lawlessness, all right? And ultimately, one realm against another realm, all right? Because, all right, Esau, Edom, all right, is going to try to go up against the Heavenly Father, which is why it says one realm against another, all right? The spiritual versus the physical, all right? And the physical is going to be utterly annihilated. It's not even going to be a competition, man. All right, flawless victory, all right, perfect, all right, like you play in those video games, all right, the other individual may not even get a punch on you, 0 damage on you. It says perfect. That's how it's going to be with the Lord. It's going to be a flawless victory, man. All right. So let's jump to this last scripture right here. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. And it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and that destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another. Shalakia. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into the city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, their city shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed. You see? So this is going to happen on a global scale, man. All right, this stuff that's happening out there, all right, this is going to happen on a global scale, man. Imagine when all the lights are out, all right, across the board, man. It's going to get real wicked out here. All right, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and shall spoil their goods, all right, because there's a lack of bread and for great tribulation, all right, see? So yeah, man, that's what's coming, okay? Great tribulation, all right, on the global scale, all right, or a biblical proportion, all right, is coming to the earth, all right? So that's pretty much the lesson. I'm almost to the plantation. All right, I just wanted to get a lesson in touching, all right, the situation that's happening out there, all right, in Indiana. All right, so Lord willing, this video was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Until the next time, Lord willing, I say shalom.